So users of YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, whatever your social media platform is, whether you're an investor, a day trader, or you're just interested in the stock market, come on, it has to stop. Myself included, we've all been guilty of calling the next stock market crash. The stock market just flipped, the stock market crash is coming, the stock market crash is here right now, the stock market crashed and you didn't even know it. These videos, these titles, they get a lot of clicks, and to be honest, it's costing you money. And it has to stop. In this video, I'm going to tell you why you need to stop watching these videos and stop listening to these articles. And before moving on to the video, if you want to get lifetime access to our glorious chat room, sign up with eToro on the pinned comment, deposit, make a trade, and you do indeed get lifetime access. Now look, moving on, I've seen videos at Monday, Tuesday title things like the stock market crash is coming. This is the biggest crash since 1929. Stock market crash, the market is going much lower. And look, even I'm guilty of putting out videos, the stock market crash. Here it is. And to be honest, it does get a lot more clicks than your average video. Why is that? People want to hear the fear. They want to be negative. It's a natural human emotion. Think about when you look at titles. Don't buy Tesla. Don't buy AMC. One of my most popular videos ever. It gets a lot more clicks than here's why you should buy this company. Because people, they do like the negativity, whether it agrees with them or they don't. And I think that's really the same thing with the stock market. We've had Evergrande, $300 billion US is owed from this company, and we've had a lot of uncertainty because China was closed for 2 days and no one really knows what was going to happen. We also then throw in the fact that the US is looking at tapering soon. It could really be a stock market crash coming, and a lot of people are freaking out. A lot of people are trying to get clicks, and the reality is, if you've done everything correctly, you shouldn't be selling a damn thing. Unless you do something I'm going to tell you at the end of this video. But really, it comes down to two different things. Two different types of investors. And I'll be honest with you, we've all been the first type of investor, which I call a gambler. Somebody who buys a stock because it's a bit of a gamble. Think of it this way. AMC, it's appealing. Honestly, even when I did the video, don't buy AMC, thought, there's a good chance this is going to squeeze. But I thought there's an equally good chance it couldn't, or it might not. And that, to me, isn't an investment. That's a gamble. It's an educated gamble. I'll give you that nonetheless. But it's not a company that fits in with my risk appetite. It's not a company that I feel is going to do well long term, because fundamentally, the company absolutely stinks. And what I'm saying by that is everybody, every single person watching this video, even Warren Buffett himself, has bought a speculation stock at some point in the past. But you need to sort of transition from this mentality to become an investor, the second type, a person who looks at buying a stock because of a set criteria. Now me, I am a value investor. I look for a company that I feel is good value at its current price, and with the numbers this company represents, the cash flows, the news, everything in one, I feel this company will grow in the future, and this is a good price to buy at because of literally tens of dozens of reasons, hundreds of reasons in some cases, why I should buy this stock. Not because it's a short squeeze, not because the Fed's going to taper and gold companies are going to do well. It just simply put, because the fundamentals have to catch up eventually, and this company right now is damn cheap. That's why I buy majority of my companies. Now, if you do follow me on Patreon, you see my full portfolio, and if you want to do that, there's a link for it in the description. Then you will see that I do also have some speculation players, but they are a very small part of my portfolio. Things like MNTS, which is a space company that is gonna be the AA of satellites in space. This, of course, does not make money, but it is a minuscule part of my portfolio, and I really will not add any more to it as it goes higher. I've got my risk appetite. I know where I want to buy the company, and if it goes up, then that's what I've got in the company. I'm not buying any more. I buy value. I don't buy hype. But coming back to what has to stop, ask yourself this question. If the stock market crash happened yesterday and you're in a stock, what would you do? And I'm being serious here. Think about it. What would you do? Would you sell or would you buy? And this really comes down to the difference of the two investors. If you're selling, It's the wrong option because the stock market, I've just told you, the crash happened yesterday. It's too late to sell. You're in this. You have to ride it out or you're realizing a loss. It's too late to sell. And a lot of investors are making this mistake. And I seen it last week when the S&P started falling. People were panicking out of stocks that they've been really bullish on, YouTubers included, for the last couple of weeks. Why? Because the Fed's tapering. You shouldn't be coming out of a stock because the Fed is tapering. If you are, you haven't picked your stock correctly. Really, you haven't. If anything, you should be locking in gains, then that's fair enough. I did do that last week myself, but you're doing it to lock in gains and free up cash for other opportunities. If you're selling because you think there's a recession, you're doing something wrong. Really, you're doing something wrong. Simply put, you cannot time the market. You can take educated guesses, but if you think a stock market crash is going to happen, that's when you sell, when you think it's going to crash. If you think the crash is here, it's too late. It's too late to sell. You need to really assess what stocks you're in. And I'm not saying you should hold on to losers. I'm saying you should pick the winners. You should pick them at the beginning. Before you enter a stock, you should be fully confident that if a stock market crash happens, it represents nothing more than a buying opportunity at lower prices. If you're looking at selling a stock because it's down 10%, you're doing something wrong. Really, you're doing something wrong, because if I see a stock down 10%, I have full conviction that I am buying more at that price. And that is the difference between a successful investor and a poor investor, or a gambler, as we just called it. So look, the big thing I'm trying to get home here is, if you do watch my videos and you understand how my investing strategy works, or you're not understanding what I'm getting at, it's about buying the right stock at the right price. And if it goes lower, great, buy more. No matter what happens, unless the company was clubbing a baby seal live on stage, there is no reason why you should be selling the stock, because eventually fundamentals will catch up to the stock price and you should make more money. The way I see it is, you have sort of two options here. You have to pick what type of investor you want to be. You buy an ETF, you buy the SPY every single month and you don't deviate from the plan. You buy in regularly, you get a good average, you make money, provided you're in a good ETF or a good company. The other option is, you patiently wait, pick your entries and buy it as low as possible. Buy value. They're the only two strategies really that I see working on a long-term basis, especially in this market. You don't buy Tesla at $600 because it might go to $1,000 and it might become the biggest car company in the world. It might do well on solar, it might do well on wind, but these are mights. They're not guarantees. And I do think Tesla will do well. I think Elon Musk's a genius. I think he's an absolute diamond of a human being. But you've got to ask yourself, it's still a might. There's still a lot of other companies out there, and whichever way you shape it, it's a risk. It's a risk. It's that simple. If Tesla fell 50% today, would you buy it? Probably a lot of people watching this would say yes. I still wouldn't. Because I'm not in it now. That's what you've got to look at it logically. If Tesla did fall 50%, I might look at it. I might wait up and see what the cash flows are like. But there's probably a good reason why it would have fell 50% anyway, because the people buying this are absolutely insane, in my opinion. People will probably slate me in the comments. I don't really care. But this is what I feel people are missing out in the stock market. They are buying and selling at the wrong times. They are buying high and selling low on red trades. It's the other way around, you dummy. You buy low when stocks are red and you sell them high. For God's sake, think about it logically. Don't buy a stock on the way up. Don't sell it on the way down. It's the exact opposite of what you should be doing. I hope you found this video helpful. I know it's a bit of a lecture, but I really feel a lot of people are upsetting me right now on the internet with some crazy advice saying, this is a stock market crash, panic out, sell everything. And I'll be straight with you. This will be a decent correction eventually at some point this year or first quarter next year. And I can't bloody wait, because I have cash sat there and I'll be buying some good stocks that I'm already in at a decent discount. If you're buying a stock right now thinking, yeah, it's probably going to go up another 3 or 4, 5%, 10%, 15%, but when a stock market crash happens, you're not willing to buy more, you're simply in the wrong company. It's that simple. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it informative. The code word for this video, if you can drop it down in the comments, is market crash. Thanks very much for your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.